Hello and welcome. In the last video, we had gone through the highlights of budget for 2022 related to income tax, wherein I had explained about taxation of digital assets like cryptocurrencies, NFTs, etc. I had also made an attempt to describe updated return concept, which is nothing but extension of time period over and above the existing time limit to file your income tax return. If you haven't watched it yet, you may consider watching it, the link in the top right corner. In today's video, we are going to talk about highlights of budget for 2022 related to GST. Certain procedural changes have been proposed, like change of time limit to amend or rectify errors in GSTR1, GSTR3B and GSTR8, time limit to avail input tax credit or to apply for refund, and so on. A few other changes like reduction of interest on input tax credit wrongly utilized, levy of late fee, etc. have also been proposed. Stringent provisions related to cancellation of GST registration for persons not filing periodic GST returns have also been proposed in the budget. Let's go through all these changes in detail. But before that, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more videos related to GST, income tax, etc. First change is time limits have been extended for the following. First, to amend or rectify errors in GSTR1. GSTR1 is a statement of sales. Second, to issue credit note against any supply in GSTR1. Usually, credit notes are issued for recording transactions like sales, return, etc. Third, amendment or rectification of error in GSTR3B. GSTR3B is a statement of sales and purchases. Fourth one would be to avail input tax credit. Fifth one would be to amend or rectify errors in GSTR8. GSTR8 is filed by e-commerce operators collecting tax at source, that is TCS. So in all these cases, the last date would be due date of filing GSTR3B for September or date of filing of annual return, whichever is earlier. For example, due date for GSTR3B for September would be 20th October for monthly filers and 22nd or 24th October for quarterly filers. And due date for annual return is 31st December. So the last date in all these cases would be 20th October for monthly filers and 22nd or 24th October for quarterly filers. This has now been proposed to be changed to 30th November of next year. For example, if you would like to amend any transaction relating to financial year 21-22, then the last date would be 30th November 2022. Next change is related to levy of late fee for delayed filing of GSTR8. GSTR8 would be filed by e-commerce operators collecting tax at source, that is TCS. As of now, no late fee is payable. So it is being proposed in the budget to levy late fee for delayed filing of GSTR8 like GSTR1, GSTR3B, etc. Then time limit for filing of GSTR5 is proposed to be changed. GSTR5 is filed by non-resident taxable persons. As of now, due date to file GSTR5 is 20th of next month. It is being proposed in the budget to change this to 13th of next month. Next proposal is related to distinct persons, that is, those who obtain more than one GST registration under the same PAN. And this is related to transfer of balance in ecashledger from one GST registration to another. Let's say you are registered in the state of Karnataka as well as in Tamil Nadu based on same PAN. Let's assume with respect to your registration in Karnataka, you have balance in your ecashledger, and with respect to your registration in Tamil Nadu, you have a tax liability. As of now, there is no provision to transfer balance in one GST registration account to another. Considering our example, it is not possible for you to transfer the balance available in your GST registration account in Karnataka to Tamil Nadu account. So it is being proposed in the budget to allow for such transfers so that there is no unnecessary blocking of working capital. As of now, this proposed change is applicable only for CGST and IGST. In other words, this is not applicable for SGST or UTGST. But if respective states or union territory passes relevant amendment, then this benefit would be available even in respect of SGST or UTGST. Next change is related to interest on input tax credit. As of now, we are required to pay an interest at the rate of 24% per annum on input tax credit wrongly availed, whether or not the same is utilized. It is being proposed to reduce this rate of interest to 18% per annum on input tax credit wrongly availed as well as utilized. In other words, if you wrongly avail input tax credit but not utilize it, then this interest will not be applicable. This change is being proposed with retrospective effect, that is from 1st July 2017. Next change is related to extension of time limit for filing of refund application by consulate or embassy of foreign countries or specialized agencies of United Nations organizations, etc. in respect of GST paid on their purchase of goods or services. As of now, time limit to file refund application is within 6 months from the last day of the quarter in which the goods or services are received. This is being proposed to be increased to 2 years. That is, now such persons can file their refund application within 2 years from the last day of the quarter in which the goods or services are received. Last change is related to cancellation of GST registration when GST returns are not filed periodically. First, for composition dealers. As of now, if composition dealers do not file their return for 3 consecutive quarters, then the proper officer can cancel GST registration. It is proposed in the budget that if there is a delay of more than 3 months from the due date of filing of return, that is CMP 08, then the proper officer can cancel GST registration of such person. So earlier it was for 3 consecutive quarters, now it is for 3 months. Then for others, that is those who do not opt for composition, as of now, if such persons do not file their GST returns for a continuous period of 6 months, then the proper officer can cancel their GST registration. In the budget, this continuous period of 6 months is being removed, and instead it is proposed that the proper officer can cancel registration if the person does not file GST return for a continuous period as prescribed. That means this time period would be separately prescribed, and if people not opting for composition do not file return for a continuous period as that may be prescribed, then the proper officer can cancel registration. These changes that we have discussed so far would be implemented from a date to be notified in future. In other words, these changes are not applicable yet and would be applicable once relevant notifications are issued. This is all I have for you in this video. Hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this episode, you may like and share the video. Thank you for watching.